Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
12. Set. Set 180.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play, and it'll be a second and long. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He'll rifle this one deep right. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now Brady. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try to knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a hold.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Denzel Perryman able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you. A huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Dances by him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
On third down, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. Well, that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
They're usually loud and big. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Brady. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Brady. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On first down, Brady. Forced out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Denzel Perryman in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Shotgun now for Brady. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Brady looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Gronkowski, the intended receiver.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Rivers. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Lawrence Guy coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A toss play, Gordon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Here we go.
They go play action. Rivers. He's going to air one out. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So after the INT, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. The final shot before half for Brady. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep here for Edelman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
What a great play and tackle. As a strong safety, you know what you're taught? That you are a hybrid player. You've got to be able to play the pass back deep, but especially the run up close, almost like a linebacker. And on that play, he took care of every responsibility.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
New England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line, the Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The throw left side complete to Hogan. And all the way to the opposite 45. Brady to Hogan for a big one. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Edelman, the intended receiver that time, thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride onto.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard